Imagine waking up, grabbing your morning coffee, scrolling the headlines, and boom, you see House passes bill to avert government shutdown. Now, before you spit out your bagel in confusion, here's the deal. The government was about to run out of money. Think of it like your Netflix subscription about to expire right before the season finale. Total panic mode. But at the last minute, Congress pulled a classic Washington move. They kicked the can down the road with a temporary fix. So yes, the lights stay on, the parks stay open, and your tax refund isn't delayed. Yet. But don't get too comfortable. This is just halftime. The real showdown comes in March, when the funding extension runs out. In other words, America dodged a shutdown today, but the drama is far from over. Buckle up. This story has more twists than rush hour traffic on the Beltway. All right, let's break down what actually happened on Capitol Hill. The House of Representatives just passed a bill to keep the government running. Think of it like putting quarters into the parking meter. It doesn't solve the problem forever, but hey, at least you won't get a ticket right now. This bill extends funding until March 31st, 2026. Translation, the lights stay on, the national parks don't close, and your tax refund isn't stuck in limbo. For now. And here's the kicker. It wasn't just one side pushing it through. Both Democrats and Republicans signed off. That's right, a rare moment of bipartisanship in Washington. It's like seeing the Yankees and Red Sox fans agree on something. Doesn't happen often, but when it does, you know it's serious. But don't pop the champagne yet. This is only a temporary fix. The Senate still has to pass it, and then the president has to sign it. Until that happens, it's like ordering food online. You've clicked place order, but the delivery hasn't shown up at your door. So yes, crisis avoided, but only for now. The real drama is still waiting in the wings. Okay, so here's the cliffhanger. The House did its part, but now the ball's in the Senate's court. And if they drop it, well, let's just say things get messy real fast. First up, federal workers. Imagine hundreds of thousands of people suddenly told, hey, don't come to work, and by the way, no paycheck either. That's not just bad, that's like your boss saying, we value you, but not enough to pay you. Next, government services. Need a passport, a permit, maybe a loan processed? Forget it. It's like showing up at the DMV and finding out the lights are off and the coffee machine's broken. Military and security staff? They'll still be on duty, but without pay. Picture TSA agents at the airport working for free. You think those security lines are long now? Just wait. And then there's the economy. Contracts delayed, aid programs frozen, consumer confidence tanking. It's like pulling the emergency brake on a moving train. Everything jolts and nobody's happy. Finally, public programs. Food assistance, housing support, healthcare services, all could face interruptions. Families who rely on them would feel the pinch first. So yeah, if the Senate doesn't pass this bill, it's not just a Washington problem, it's an everyday American problem. And the longer it drags on, the uglier it gets. Reaction to the House vote was swift. Supporters hailed the measure as a necessary step to keep the government functioning, while critics argued it merely delays deeper debates over spending priorities. Lawmakers on both sides acknowledged the urgency of avoiding a shutdown, but the path forward remains uncertain. With the bill now heading to the Senate, attention turns to whether it can gain enough bipartisan support in the upper chamber. Senate leaders have signaled cautious optimism, but negotiations over long-term funding are expected to intensify in the coming weeks. Political analysts note that while this vote buys time, it doesn't resolve the underlying disagreements. The real test will come when Congress faces deadlines for a comprehensive budget deal. As the nation watches, the question isn't just whether the government stays open, but how lawmakers will navigate the larger fiscal battles looming on the horizon. Beyond the halls of Congress, the effects of a shutdown would be felt across the nation. Federal workers could face delayed paychecks. Families relying on government programs might see interruptions in services, and businesses that depend on federal contracts would be left in limbo. Economists warn that even the threat of a shutdown can shake confidence in the economy. Delays in permits, loans, and inspections ripple outward, touching everyday lives in ways that are often overlooked. This vote provides temporary relief, but uncertainty remains. Citizens want stability. They want assurance that essential services will continue without disruption. As lawmakers debate the future, the public waits anxiously. For millions of Americans, the question is simple: will the government keep working for them tomorrow? While the immediate crisis may be avoided, the political stakes are only growing. The bill's passage sets the stage for a larger showdown over federal spending and priorities. Lawmakers from both parties are preparing for tough negotiations. Disagreements over defense funding, social programs, and tax policy are expected to dominate the debate. Each side is determined to shape the budget in line with its vision for the country. Temporary measures can only go so far. The real challenge lies in crafting a comprehensive budget that balances fiscal responsibility with the needs of citizens. These negotiations will test the ability of Congress to find common ground. As deadlines approach, the battle over America's budget will intensify. The outcome will not only decide government funding, but also signal the direction of national policy for years to come. As the budget battle unfolds, the stakes extend far beyond the numbers. At the heart of the debate lies public trust in government itself. Polls show that confidence in Congress has been shaken by repeated shutdown threats. Voters are watching closely, and the way lawmakers handle these negotiations could influence the upcoming election cycle. Trust is fragile. Each standoff erodes faith in the system. Citizens want leaders who can govern effectively, not just argue endlessly. The political consequences of failure could be severe. In the months ahead, the fight over funding will shape not only the nation's budget, but also the future of its leadership. For millions of Americans, the question is no longer just about dollars, it's about trust. The vote in the House may have prevented an immediate crisis, but the larger challenges remain. The nation's budget, the priorities of its leaders, and the trust of its citizens are all on the line. In the weeks ahead, negotiations will intensify. Every decision made in Washington will ripple outward, shaping the economy, public services, and the daily lives of millions. This is more than a debate over numbers. It is a test of leadership, of responsibility, and of the ability to govern in a time of division. As deadlines draw closer, the question becomes clear: will lawmakers rise to the occasion, or will the cycle of uncertainty continue? For now, the nation waits, watching closely and hoping for stability.